Yo, what's going on YouTube, and welcome back to Goal Line Hockey. It's your boy Kevin Forte, and today we are taking a look at the Winnipeg Jets, and did they do enough at the trade deadline? So the Winnipeg Jets right now, and cap space is definitely a big part of this. They don't have a ton of cap space, right? So let's get that out of the way first. But they didn't really do that much, and you look at the moves they did make. They bring in Nino Niederreiter for a second-round pick. That's not terrible, right? And that was kind of it. That was their big move. They did make another trade. I'm trying to remember which deal that was. Yeah, they brought in Vladislav Nemesnikov for a fourth-round pick. So they brought in Nino Niederreiter and Vladislav Nemesnikov for a second and a fourth-round pick. Now, again, I don't think that's a bad deadline, and that's a very Kevin Cheveldayoff trade deadline. The problem is, though, this team needed help, like a spark. And I don't know if those moves necessarily moved the needle for the Winnipeg Jets. Now, the other argument is they traded their fourth, right? They have a couple of good draft picks here. And I think the problem with the Jets is, yes, they obviously have spent a lot of money, but they're also inability to get the bigger players around their group. I think they missed out big time with Timo Meier. I think that was a golden opportunity for them to make that big move. You know, once Pierre-Luc Dubois leaves this team, in 2 years, he's going to be an RFA this summer. He might sign a qualifying offer this summer, and he's probably going to leave the Jets next summer to Montreal. So if that's the case, then that was a missed opportunity to bring somebody in to eventually replace him. And James Van Riemsdyk, the stuff around him for a third-round pick, listen, the Jets have the third-round pick, but the biggest problem there is the salary. They probably would have needed a third team involved and probably some money coming out the door. And I just don't think the Jets thought it was worth it. And in that sense, I kind of understand that. I get that deal. I get why you wouldn't want to do that. But it just seems like they needed to do more. And, you know, should they have done more? Could they have done more? Yes. But is it really that much of a missed opportunity, all things considered? Honestly, no. I think the Jets did what they could do. You know, Kevin Cheveldayoff, the problem is Kevin Cheveldayoff is known for not making a ton of moves. And I think it's sometimes, you know, they always say this, is sometimes the best moves you make are the moves that you actually don't make. And I think that's kind of the case here for the Winnipeg Jets. So, again, could they have added to their depth a little bit more? Yeah. Could they have gotten more creative and maybe done something that like Kyle Dubas did, moving out some contracts and roster players to make the team better? Maybe. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's really that big of a loss for the Winnipeg Jets. Maybe that's what they could have done. Maybe that's what they needed. But Kevin Cheveldayoff has been here for a very long time in Winnipeg, and his patience has shown. This team, yes, they have not looked their best recently, but this is a team that, if given over a full 82-game schedule, looks like a playoff team. And again, with Connor Hellebuck as your goaltender, I would say he's one of the best goalies in the Western Conference, especially going into the playoffs. And I think if they can find a way to sneak into the playoffs, who knows? The Jets right now aren't playing well. Maybe down the stretch the next couple weeks, they get that little spark from some of their additions here in Nino Niederreiter and Vlad Nemesnikov. Connor Hellebuck shuts the door in the playoffs, they could find themselves potentially in the top four, potentially going to the Western Conference Final. Who knows, right? So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Are you confident in the Winnipeg Jets? Can they make the playoffs? Could they miss the playoffs? Do you think they could go on a run if they make the playoffs? Let me know what you guys think down below. It's going to be an interesting couple of weeks here for Rick Bowness, because this is a coach that is a very well-respected, highly regarded coach in the NHL. He just doesn't seem to be pressing the right buttons right now. Can he turn things around? Let me know your guys' thoughts. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.